coming by. Thank you for coming by the Ask Diva Morning Show, episode 3. I appreciate you guys for being a part of the morning edition. Someone said yesterday, where exactly is it morning at? It's a Diva morning because you're not going to get the 6 a.m. Diva morning out of me until you guys are paying like that. That's okay. That's okay. You guys, I hope you enjoyed the topic today. We're going to explore the breaking news. So let's get all ready. How's everyone's Wednesday morning going? Let's get all the way ready for the breaking news that happened. And this is a really good topic, so I'm excited about the progress that is possible to be only because this very much impacts my grandchildren, and so I definitely want to make sure that I see this not just as something that is said to entertain the masses, but I want to make sure that this particular company follows through, right? All right, so we're doing an update over here for the others to get everyone caught up and make sure that you are sticking around. So we're going to get some shares going over there. Twitter, thank you guys for following. For those who do not know how to follow, all you have to do is go over to Twitter platform. I am Mz DeeVa for you on the Twitter platform. Mz DeeVa, the number 4 and YOU. So Mz DeeVa, number 4 YOU. On Live Me. Okay, I am Mz DeeVa. So thank you so much for stopping by for that. And you can find me on the other platforms, hashtag ASKDEEVA, the official Ask Diva platform. All right. All right. So we're talking Aunt Jemima this morning, and for those of you who have not heard, you definitely want to stick around and find out why we're talking about that. So thank you so much for stopping by. And for those of you who come by later, quite a few of you. I was looking at one platform and seeing that 130 people showed up later to listen in. So who cares if I say morning show edition, because you guys show up at any time of day. That's exactly the reason why the replays are available, okay? So thank you so much for coming by. Pink Doll for saying share the broadcast. Yes, you guys, please share the broadcast, and I will definitely follow if you follow back. If you want to shout out and a follow suggestion, let me see you share. Let me see you gift and share and things like that, and participate in with the comments that are relevant. Do all that, and I will make sure, just like that, Easy Life just shared, and that is one of the examples. So if you come by and you share, I'll make sure that I shout you out. You guys go follow Easy Life. I appreciate that very much for doing the shares. That helps the brand grow. So you're much appreciated on that. So in the breaking news today, I saw, when I immediately, the first thing that happens after kind of getting myself together for the morning is seeing the updates that are on the different news media platforms. So I saw the Aunt Jemima and I was like, oh, let me go right to this, because this better be exactly what I think it is. And Pink Doll, thank you. I've been on the app for about 3 weeks. So when, as far as a podcaster, I've been a podcaster since 2010. So when I saw Aunt Jemima, I was like, what's it about? I opened the article, and Quaker Oats is taking full responsibility, in a sense, for 130 years of offense happening at retail stores near you, because the Aunt Jemima syrup bottle has it been on in every store that you go to for groceries, and a lot of people have it in their households for their pancakes. Now, some people are trying to be condescending in tone, as if to say, oh, wait, oh, y'all, it's my people, so I can do it. Why y'all starting all that Aunt Jemima? Okay, so what Aunt Jemima do to you? Here's the thing, my people of color. Just because you have never been in the seat of the offense does not mean that the offense did not happen. I'm gonna sit there. Oh, we're gonna sit there for a minute because we have to sit there, right there, right there. Honey Pot, thank you for coming by. Love the Honey Pot products. Yes, love that. Thank you for coming by. So, listen, just because you have never sat and been a part of the offense does not erase it. And how better are you as a person of color than any other races to have an attitude, just even to even make your mouth say something like that? Just because you've never experienced it doesn't make it suddenly go away and that it didn't exist. And don't you ever entertain races with the ideology that you do not support something that's coming out about our people. So if that is not something that you can relate to, sit down and shut up. That means that this subject is not for you. Sit down, shut up, and come back when it's something about you, because you're selfish and you only want to talk about it if it's related to something that you can say for sure. Okay, yeah, I got pulled over. Yes, I understand about coochie stinking because mine has stank quite a bit. So yeah, I get it. You only want things that you can relate to. But listen here, lots of things happen across social media, across the world, across the globe to people, and it has been their personal experience. So when this is something that you say it never happened, keep that comment to yourself. Save that for when you are trying to handle your personal relationships at home. Don't get on social media trying to dismiss. Because as soon as they see your skin color dismissing, they run with the narrative. You good or are you good? Because Mz DeeVa has more. All right, so here's something I had said earlier today, right? So I've worked with racists in white corporate America who have used this Aunt Jemima serve in awful race jokes. I will give you examples shortly. So believe me, again, even if you have never experienced the hate, it is never an indication that it does not exist. I cannot stand for people to have that kind of position on anything. Like, that's my number one pet peeve in life. But you guys know how my pet peeves roll. But yeah, I just can't stand for people to be like that at all. Thank you for coming by. Please remember to share. I appreciate you guys for sharing. Thank you for coming by. All I did was just left the title as welcome to the broadcast. I think people think I'm a newbie. Probably think I'm a newbie because I didn't feel like changing the title. But no, I've been here for a minute, as far as 3 weeks. So I guess that is still new, right? But I'm a little familiar. I just didn't feel like changing the title today. Thanks. So anyway, so back over there to the media release of Quaker Oats' decision to change the Aunt Jemima brand. There's this activity where it was, just the whole concept of how it came about is derogatory in nature. It's the Oscar award to the Hattie McDaniel life. Like, are you familiar? Do you guys not even know that? Because some people are so lost they don't even understand those stories. So do you guys physically, mentally, completely understand? We'll start there. Why the Oscars even had Hattie McDaniel in that role, right? Do you even understand why they even, like this? I'm gonna go ahead and award you for acting like what we want you to act like anyway, because you guys are niggers, so act like niggers. I'll award you for that. Pretty familiar with them doing that. Sidney Poitier days. They even did it as recent as Halle Berry Monster Ball. I just want you to touch on me and all that other stuff that she did, right? That's cool. We will reward you for that because that's just that ignorant stuff that we think that you're good at. Spike Lee, thank you for bringing all that stuff. We will give you an award for that because, that's the category of what we think of you guys anyway. Denzel Washington, we'll give you an award for that. Training Day, acting like a nigga, that's exactly the way that we want you to act. You get it? So, the SERP comes, who knows, but 130 years ago, they didn't like us. They didn't like us 400 years ago. They didn't like us 2 days ago. So, I don't know why you guys are just like, I don't think they thought like that 130 years ago. Well, they think like that last week. Okay? They thought like that Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. How much more recent do you need? Rayshard Brooks? You good or are you good? Because I have more. All right, so listen to the next thing that I shared. Stick with me. I told you it's gonna be uncomfortable, but all for a good reason. You guys can handle uncomfortable. You just think you can. So the Aunt Jemima, somebody did a very good breakdown and said Aunt Jemima, noun. Slang, Aunt Jemima, disparaging and offensive, a black woman considered by other black people to be subservient to or to curry favor with white people. I added similar to Mammy and Uncle Tom, Aunt Jemima. See, that's the thing I was talking about a few minutes ago when you sit in my skin color, granted the gift of this skin color, and you contribute to the white supremacy mindset of talking down on your people. It's a pet peeve of mine. And I told you guys in 2019 that 2020 was no holds barred. So I am not going to continue to let even my people use terms that are offensive. We have to come together as a people and do away with those things as well. Stop calling people she mammying. Why? Because she can have a job and talk and get along with white people and you can't. That's not a mammy. That's just she's got her stuff together and you don't. You know? So we have to start calling a thing and stop being scared to approach our own people, because when we are managing to get our people to talk in the way that gives us respect, it will demand the respect from the NFL, from NASCAR, from NBA to Hollywood. Do you get where I'm coming from? To the music industry. Okay? I'm not even about to let Little Dicky get away with that little song, I'm in Chris Brown's body. I can say nigga, can I say nigga? I understand, you know, even my fiance likes the song. I don't like it. I want you to get rid of it. I want it off the air. I don't like it. I don't think it's okay, because I think that it gave white boys this kind of insight that they have the okay to say it, and you don't ever have the okay to say it. My granddaughter's 6. When she's 99, you still can't say it. Okay? That's how deep I feel for it, right? I can say nigga, 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 knock. But you can't. Because when you say it, you're being disrespectful. Our slang doesn't belong to you. Neither does the rest of our culture, but you guys are busy snatching that day to day. So, are we good or are we good? Thank you guys so much for coming by. I appreciate it. You guys all tuned in to F3, aren't you? Alright, so I have another thought. Look here, the extra work it takes to rebuild a new norm, it's going to be a big effort. A lot of people want to avoid it. Why are we tear down everything? Why are we changing everything? Why are we taking down Robert Lee statues? Why we want to suddenly take down Columbus? Why we want to come for this person and that person and changing history? Now we can't even have syrup called Aunt Jemima. You can have syrup. You can put the fat on your ass if you want to. Eat your donuts and swallow a bag of sugar for all the diva cares. But you will make sure that it is as elegant as Grey Poupon mustard. Okay? You will not use racial slang from old days that should have been eliminated in the business world. See, you just put the food in your mouth to get fat. The business world uses it to please a certain group of people to make money, and they are the ones I'm having a conversation with. I'm not having a conversation with you. You just want to be a fat ass and you want your Aunt Jemima. They're not taking your Aunt Jemima. They're changing the name. They're changing the shape of the bottle. It's disrespectful. Go to the grocery store. Never bought Aunt Jemima syrup, vegans? Just go to the grocery store and go look at what the processed food eater people eat. It's there. Just because you don't eat like that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And they do it to entertain themselves. They sit the little it's just like when I told you guys when I came for Hobby Lobby. Hey folks, thank you for coming by. She said, yep. So this is just like, remember when Hobby Lobby had the display of the cotton, and there were women that I heard putting the cotton in the middle of their coffee table like we do the big books, and they called it a conversation piece. And the conversations that they were having was derogatory. It's not okay. So you have to be willing to call them out. You have to be willing to do that. I know a lot of people say, well, are you just making a big deal out of nothing? No, babe. No, I'm not making a big deal out of nothing. These are things that need to go away so that our grandchildren's children do not have these conversations, and they can look back into 2020, into the and said from the mouth of George Floyd's daughter, daddy changed the world. They can look back into 2020 at that moment when that one loss of a life changed the world, right? And be proud of it, then not feel like what we feel about what happened 130 years ago. That's important. That matters. Thanks, Fox. You guys can beam up if you have a thought. Feel free to beam up on the multiple platforms this morning. Thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate you so much. So, yeah, so Aunt Jemima, I was disappointed to see the girl post that, and she said that you guys are making a big deal and making us look bad. No, don't get in that position, sis. Don't get in that position. Just because it never happened to you. Here's a story I was going to tell you guys, right? So, remember last year, some of you remember, my followers remember, when I was on this job and I was dealing with the racist from day 2 on the job, and he just started in, and he did everything from when I wore braids to, ooh, I like that Shanae. I don't play them kind of games. And working in HR, I was in the perfect position to say, "Oh, we're gonna put a change to this." This is just how he's been. He's been like that for 10 years. Okay, just because I'm on this beat for 2 weeks doesn't mean that I'm not about to undo 10 years of what you should not have allowed, right? So I'm always the voice in the office that says, "Oh no, we're not doing that." And I love positioning myself in HR departments because I'm right here to fix where this is where it begins. It's your responsibility to stop it right here, right? So I immediately came for this dude to the point where he started respecting me. He started respecting me because he understood I'm not going to allow it. You could go home and you could do whatever you want to do all day, every day. But this you will not do. Right? And so someone was eating pancakes for their breakfast in the break room, and I come in the break room, and the conversation I can hear. I'm in the front, so I can hear the conversation. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Fox. So I can hear the conversation, and it wasn't about anything. It wasn't about anything about what the person was eating or anything. And as soon as I walk into the break room to get my coffee, he switches the conversation on purpose, which is why I called him out, and he found himself in trouble with me again, which had him in trouble with HR. So again, being the admin, the HR is a wonderful position. So he goes, wow, you eating those pancakes? And he's talking to the girl. They weren't talking about that. They switched the conversation when I came in, and I heard it in the hallway. And so she goes, yeah. And he was like, what you got on there? Aunt Jemima served? See? See, and some people could say, "Oh, you're just being sensitive, D." No, I'm not, because the conversation was not that I was able to hear before I walked in. I'm not sensitive, people. I'm just one that will not allow, unapologetically. I do not allow the BS from people that need to stop. Just because they've been on the job for 10 years doesn't mean undo the BS that people have allowed them. I don't care what they contribute to the company. I contribute something as well. You wouldn't have brought me on if you didn't think, if my track record didn't show you that I have what it takes to do this job. So when I come, yes, I'm coming in the position of I'm not about to allow it. Right? And I definitely am not out to make an enemy. No, I'm not trying to have enemies. That's not what I'm doing. I am actually trying to make sure that people understand the things that are offensive, right? Here's another really good example. Big business meeting was coming up, and we had to feed a great the guests. Clients were coming in, CEO, everyone's coming in, so I have to feed the whole company, right? So it's a corporate feeding. So I'm getting my order together, and I'm like, oh, I'm in a new city, so I don't know what people like and what they don't like. So I'm trying to be universal. And in this particular culture of the Rocky Mountains, they love tacos. So I knew I wasn't going to go wrong for whatever reason. They are just some taco lovers, right? So I went for the whole taco bar thing. So I decided to do an elegant taco bar. And there's this great location. And I'm not saying he has nothing to do with this wonderful location. The man was amazing. His name is not having anything to do with this racial incident. This is the coworker only. So I order from this guy, and his name happened to be Illegal Pete's. And so look it up. It's a guy that created this company. in Boulder, Colorado. So I'm just like, oh yeah, this is perfect. So I call, and I'm a newbie, and they haven't heard from me. They haven't had an order for me. So great rapport. I get to talk to the guy and everything. And he's going really fast, and he's like, yeah, you want this, you want a taco bar? And I'm like, yeah, give them what they like. They want tacos and nachos, and we're just having a fun time. I look up, hang up, and I realized, wow, 15 minutes later, this entire order is complete and ready to deliver to the office. And I'm loving it. I was like, okay, time to go get the boardroom ready, right? And going into the boardroom, start setting up. The greedy one who always acts like he's the vegan of life, but he's really greedy, racist little coworker. He comes in, always wants to know what's happening with the food first. But you're such a vegan. Why are you worried about eating this morning, right? But I'm jokes. That's not digress. So he goes, he says to me, oh, so where'd you got the food ordered already? And I was like, oh yeah, you know me, I move fast. And he's like, oh, where'd you go? And I said, oh, I went to Illegal Pete's. And he was like, yeah, we like that place. And I was like, yeah, I kind of got the idea that was a Lodo fave, right? So I'm like, yeah, I thought that's what you guys would like. And so before walking out of the boardroom, he goes, yeah, so how'd it go? And I was like, with the order, and I was like, it went well. I said, the owner gets on the phone and he set it all up. He talks so fast. So I'm just like, whoo, next thing you know, it was over in 15 minutes. This is just cordial office talk, right? So when I said that, do you know what he said? And I know this doesn't have anything to do with Aunt Jemima, but I'm going somewhere. So do you know what this guy said? He goes, and we in the back, granted, I am the exec admin to the HR man, the leader, and to the CEO and to the VP of the company, right? So I'm the admin for all those people, but in the back we have Latinas that were working in the claims department, right? So a group of, quite a few of them in the back. One of them, one of my really good friends. And so he says to me, oh, I bet it was really fast. And I was like, yeah, he was. He was super fast, but I did the checklist when I hung up, and he absolutely, hey, Shea Butter, thank you for coming by and sharing. I said, I did the checklist, and this guy absolutely had it together. So this guy, he went through the whole order fast. And so he says to me, the coworker, you guys heard all his stories all the time. He goes, yeah, because they talk really fast. So, of course, I stop what I'm doing. I'm trying to set up the boardroom. So I leaned on one of the chairs and I was like, what do you mean, Mark? And so he was like, no, I'm just saying they talk really fast. They always talk really fast. I don't understand anything that they say. And I said, oh, I get it. So here's my point. Who are you talking about? Who talks really fast? And he was like, Mexicans. And I said, oh. So he was like, what? And I was like, well, first of all, you know that's out of line because we have Latinas in our office. So that's an out of line comment. I said, but second of all, as much as you think that Illegal Pete's being where I did the order, go to the website. The guy that came in, the guy that I'm doing the order with, is a white guy. He owns it, Boulder, Colorado. It's a white man. I said, does not have this entire business is not a Latina anything. Why he named it Illegal Pizza? That may be something that Boulder, Colorado has to address later. Who knows? We're in the area of Stapleton neighborhood here in Denver having to work their way through some things because of racist undertones, right? So there's a lot of changes happening in the Rocky Mountains, period. But I said, yeah, so no, he was white. So he goes, oh. Well, I was just saying with the name Illegal Pizza. I said, no, I don't get it. I mean, what don't you get? I said, no, what don't you get? He walked off and he was pissed at me. He's all, every time I have to check this dude for this racist comments that he tries to come with, he stays pissed at me for 4 or 5 days in the office. Yeah, I get it. You don't like what I have to say, but I'm not about to allow you to do it. So I've been that way. Unfortunately, I've been this way since 16 years old. So I've been this way so long. When the movie Boomerang came out, I don't know, who you guys familiar with Boomerang? You guys, I've been this way so long. When the movie Boomerang came out, everybody called me Martin. You know what I'm saying? Like my people just, oh man, she is just like Martin and Boomerang. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I have had every name called to me. I have been called Malcolm X, Rosa Parks. I've been everything. I don't care. I don't allow it. And guess what? I do not have any enemies on my resume. So I will repeat that. Working as an admin, I don't have any enemies on my resume, because when it's all said and done, I make the decision. Okay, yeah, well, I'm gonna part ways because I work as a contractor on purpose. I know me. You guys may not know me, but I know me. So I know I may or may not tolerate you for that long. And I have some of the greatest organizations that I work with. They know exactly how it is, and they love the stories. They love to hear what happened, what was going on in there, and then I tell them what went down, and they're like, okay, all right, so we're going to send you over to Seattle. Does that work for you? Can you go to Seattle, DeeVa? I don't know. Who knows? So I give everybody a shot. I've been in Denver 2 years, so I give everybody a shot. So, but, and it's not that I'm saying you can't be who you are. You can be who you are all goddamn. Like, ain't nobody's checking the DeeVa. You know what I'm saying? My Sasha Fierce is fierce. So nobody's going to tell me that I can't be who I am, but I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me because I don't disrespect you. So unapologetically, I will call you out on your BS. That's it. That's me all day, every day. Other than that, you can get along with me greatly. So don't disrespect me. I won't disrespect you. We will be great in life, right? All right, so we made that point there. So I had to share that story. It was a little long. So again, so somebody said, well, why Aunt Jemima serve? Well, again, Aunt Jemima was created based on an actual lady who was a slave, and the image of her was used in white people getting together. What do they call those? Minstrels? What do they call those events that they do where they put on blackface and dance around and make fun of our color? So waking up to Quaker Oats taking away the Aunt Jemima bottle and the brand and the whole look of the bottle, I'm thrilled. Because this has been an offense that's been ongoing. I'm from Austin, Texas. Do you know how long that's been a joke? I've worked in corporate world since the age of 19 years old. Do you know how long that this has been a joke? I'm 46. I've had to deal with this a long, long time. So just because, I'm talking to the 20-year-old that I'm addressing on social media, just because that's something that she can relate to because she's never seen that story, I guarantee if she dug into her family, she would find an auntie or an uncle or someone who could tell you a story related to why that's offensive. So, again, I don't have any cookies that I can bake for Quaker Oats this morning, nor tomorrow or the day after that. Um, First of all, people should eat their oatmeal because it's processed, but I'm not going to start that because you guys don't want to hear that conversation. But here's the deal. I'm not going to give them a cookie. I don't have any cookies for Roger Goodell with the NFL, even though he tried to come up with 2 days ago that he finally has a team that's going to take on Colin Kaepernick. I'm not baking cookies for that dude either. And I'm not about to go around and hand out NASCAR cookies because I don't feel like baking them for them either. I'm just not. You're not getting cookies. You're not getting hand claps. You're not getting praise. You're not getting an award. Okay? There's nothing for that. You're doing what should have been done 100, 200, 300, 400 years ago. So you're not going to, even if you go back and undo the word slave, you can change that. And I'm still not going to bake cookies for you. Not that I'm really in the mood for baking cookies for anyone. All right, so the person posted Aunt Jemima, a noun, slang, disparaging and offensive, a black woman considered by other black people to be subservient to or curry favor with white people, similar to Mammy and Uncle Tom. So back to the responsibility in the black community, we need to stop. We need to stop. We need to stop with the Mammy. We need to stop with the Uncle Tom. We need to stop with the Aunt Jemima. We need to stop. Anyone that has been in my circle knows you go with the DeeVa, you talk like a white girl. Bitch, white girls talk like me. So you already know. Nah, I get you all the time, but people that are outside my circle, they, so everybody always says, oh, D, like they are not ready for who you really are. I get it. Yeah, straight no chaser. If you want to chase it down with something, by the time my tongue get done with you, you might want to chase it down with some vodka. You gonna need some heavy liquor. Because when I tell you how it needs to be told, I just do it because I love you. That's the thing. Some people don't really authentically love people. But I am an unconditional lover of all. Like, I just love people. I'm just attracted to people from all over. Like, I just love people. I love hearing your stories. I love children and the stories that they bring, and I love teens and the stories they bring, elderly. So I'm not going to say I don't see color. I'm a lover of people. I'm a lover of life. Do I have enemies? Sure. All my exes live in Texas, but they're not my enemies, but they are my exes. So yeah, no, there are people that don't like me, and unapologetically, there's nothing that I can do about that, nor give the energy to that. But I love and I respect. So when I push that out, which is a huge gift to give out to people, just to straight up love a bitch, like I just straight up love you from the get, that's huge. So if I love you and respect you from the beginning, you give that back to me in return. So when people say, "Oh, I have this one white friend," yeah, well, Diva's the type of person I have over 25 to 30. But I also have 25 to 30 Indian, and I have 25 to 30 Latina friends, and I just have a lot of people. And why do they stick around and they hear all the things that I have to say? Because they know I love them unconditionally, and I'm always there for them when they call me, and they know that as well. So you just have to be consistent about who you are. But when it comes to my people, I'm not gonna hold back. You guys need to stop with the "you talk like a white girl." You need to stop calling people Aunt Jemima. That's your own insecurity speaking like that. Don't call people mammy. Don't tell people that they're an Uncle Tom. Let's do away with what entertains white supremacy. They like hearing you guys, Candace Owens, Jabich, Jabe Signich. Like, they like hearing people like you put us down. They think it entertains them, girl. They will pay you all day until they won't. Because you see how Candace Owens, how they snatched her check this week and said that we're distancing ourselves from her. It's no longer fun. It doesn't feel good anymore. It's not funny anymore. So they're done with you. So never get in that seat, because they're never going to do it for a long time. Again, born and raised Austin, Texas. You come on now. When you're born in the capital of the KKK. But anyway, all right, let's stop. So I said this to finalize this topic. The extra work that it takes to rebuild a new norm is indeed the effort that many want to avoid. I'm going to repeat that. The extra work that it takes to rebuild a new norm is indeed the effort that people want to avoid. It's uncomfortable, it's time consuming. Lena, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the shares. Shea Butter, thank you for those shares. Fox, thank you so much for the gifts, the love, the shares. You guys are much appreciated. You guys go follow all those individuals. Um, I think that's a bot. I see that question a lot about the kingdoms. So, great meeting last night. Thank you for the people that met in the meeting, because I learned a lot just about being on the platform and things like that. So thanks for that. And for my other platform, I love you guys. I appreciate you. As I tell you guys all the time, tell your friend to tell another friend to tune into the Ask Diva show. Always going to be something going. And this is Ep 3 of the morning show. So I appreciate you guys for supporting it 100%. Now, I don't want anyone to misunderstand. This does not mean when I say that we have to tear things down. I am not condoning the behavior of the white supremacist activity of burning businesses down, okay? So if you're not familiar with what's been happening, you need to look up the arrest that happened yesterday in Boulder, Colorado, where they arrested a white guy who traveled all the way to Minneapolis, Minnesota to burn down Precinct 3. And they arrested him in Boulder, Colorado. And again, we're going to probably find out heavily white supremacist background, right? By the time they undo everything that person was about, that story is one that's definitely going to be shocking. Let me say this. Is it Boulder or was it Breck? If you live here, then you'll know how they are simultaneously often the same mentality. It may have been Breck, so I take that back. It may not have been Boulder, Colorado. It may have been Breckenridge, where they love your tourist money. They love your tourist dollars. It stops there. All right, behave, Diva. So that's it, you guys. I don't have anything on that. Quaker Oats, no cookies to bake. Do what you do. People that are upset about the Aunt Jemima syrup, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep that processed fat for your middle still in it. They're not going to change the recipe, but they're just changing the look of it. So You guys are gonna be okay. You can continue to eat that junk. I don't even know how anybody really likes that syrup. Let me just go ahead and just lay it on the table. When you put that syrup, I'm a light agave lover, right? I like pretty much putting that on things now to get my taste of my, because being raised under soul food, you tend to still have genetically, you are predisposed to that desire to taste that kind of stuff, right? So to kind of feel it, it feels good to put the strawberries on the waffle or the pancake and put the light agave on there and just go to town. So that's me, and it made me feel so much better. Because when you do Quaker Oats Aunt Jemima, girl, can you really eat your Aunt Jemima at work? Because you are lighting it up. You need a bottle of that poop parade. Because that stuff will kill your stomach. Like, you will be like, don't nobody go in there for 45 minutes. Like, I mean, it's just like really, really, it's dope. And it's not detoxing you. So a lot of people like, girl, I'm going to do it so I can go. It's not a detox. It's not a detox go. Like, your whole soul came out. Like, I don't like Aunt Jemima syrup feeling on my stomach. Anyway, Quaker Oats, so, no shade, yes, on purpose. Because, no. So I really think you need to take it away from society and bury the damn recipe. But that's just me. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. That's just me. All right, so stay tuned. I will be back for the walk. Who all is going to participate in the walk? Let's see. I know I'm gonna have the live me on me. You guys are gonna make me look crazy with all my devices. So yeah, I'll try to bring live me, you guys. I will try to bring you, and I'll try to bring the Ask Diva on FB, and I will also try to bring Twitter on the walk. All three of y'all walking along. I'll do my best. We'll see. There's a platform that I used to use back in the day that actually would successfully do that. So I'm going to go see if that app is still available. And then I'll log into all three, and then you guys can all go on the walk together. If not, I'll tell you about it when it's over. So that's all that I have to say on the Aunt Jemima thing. I know Quaker Oats people probably thought I was going to praise them, or not, because they don't know me. So they may never hear the podcast. Oh God, that cracked me up. So yeah, they probably never will hear the podcast anyway. But I have a joke, and it's a really bad one. So what I decided to do, it's not bad, but it's I have a divaism. I don't know if anyone's been to my divaism blog, but I have divaisms where I have terms that I use all the time. So in this relationship, honey's like, define it, like make it make sense. Why do you have that? So I have a joke that I'm gonna share, but it's for one of those late night ones. So it's something that I came up for when men put on those gray sweatpants. So it's going to be on the Divaism blog for those who do not follow the Divaism blog. So I'm going to load it up to the Divaism blog as the definition, and I will tell it on the late show. Because it's derogatory, not derogatory, it's inappropriate fun for couples. It's only for couples, and you have to be real grown. So yeah, so it won't be able to be on this platform, but it's really good. It's really funny. I'm gonna sell my jokes one day. Like one day, somebody's gonna go to that blog, and a comedian is gonna be like, "I'm taking these. I'm about to get these and give you the money for these because these are funny." And then we'll enjoy them on the big stage. But that's it, you guys. I have nothing more. Just came on today only to talk about this new media release about Aunt Jemima. Like I'm about to go to the store. I stay about less than, I don't know, I think it's a 0.25 or something. It's the shortest walk ever. So I'm going to go over to the grocery store. I entertain myself on the worst levels when it comes to being able to put my Yelp up. So I'm about to go over and take my Yelp moment and take a picture and see whether or not it has been removed from the search aisle. I can't just be told that you're going to do something without going to make sure you do it. So I'm going to Yelp you guys, the nearest store. I'm going to go Yelp you. So I'm going to go take a picture of what I see on the search aisle, and I hope that it's removed. And if it's not, then I'm going to ask the manager, have they seen the, all the things that I do. Everybody knows what I do. All right, so that's it, you guys. Self-made. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it, Diva. Yes, thank you for coming by. I appreciate you guys so much. That's all I have to say on that. Oh my gosh, sometimes I'm so silly. All right, so the walk to the grocery store, get the picture, walk over and do some other things, and then come back and oh, Insta. So go over to Insta and well, I could say it. I asked in a meeting last night. They're like, yeah, sure, you can share about your other platform, certain platforms. The only thing that they said you cannot talk about is do not give out Cash App. So Instagram, you guys. I'm going to show you what the sea moss came out. I did it right. It came out exactly how Pierre said. So I am going to give you the video. I already made it earlier. I can't wait for you guys to see what it came out like. And then we're going to put it on my face. I did taste it last night, adding the light agave. I was the first one to do that. So adding the light agave with the lime actually made mine taste pretty decent. So I even had my honey taste it, and he actually didn't do his usual, I'm not with that vegan thing, you better give me my meat, my barbecue, and my soul food chick. He didn't do that. He actually liked it. He actually liked it. So I'm actually going to be using it for the face mask. So we're about to do a video today here on Live Me of me putting it on as a face mask. And another girl suggested it as a hair mask, but I'm still doing my research on 4C with that. So can't just go running in. I'm going to actually start in the back of my hair, and that way just, shave it on down if it cut up on me. So I'm going to test it on the back of my hair first. And then if it does what it needs to do after about a week or so, then I'll see whether or not I'll put it all over all my hair. So face today live. Hair will take about a week or so testing it, and then we'll see about showing you how to put it on. Everything that I learned, because I'm still learning how that's even going to work. It's supposed to grow out the hair, so we'll see how that goes. And that's it, you guys. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. Follow me on Twitter, Mz DeeVa, the number 4 YOU. I follow some great people who follow me as well. Tell your friend to tell another friend to tune in to the Ask Diva show. Thank you so much for coming by.